Welcome into another video. Today I'm super excited to be bringing you an amazing strategy to be starting off your Modern Warfare 3 zombies with close to 40,000 points after they have patched the tombstone point duplication glitch today. So is it worth it? In my opinion, if you're looking to do a strong run and you're going into tier 3, the high threat level zone, and you want to have a good setup nice and quick, you can have 37,000 points. You can be pack-a-punched, have all of your perks ready to go 5 minutes into the match. This video will show you how. So check it out. Let's roll the intro. All right, so what you're gonna do is you wanna spawn in, and your goal is to complete as many contracts as possible throughout the entirety of the match. That is literally your only focus. So if you want to make this very easy on yourself, I would recommend you spawn in obviously the outside tier 1, the low threat level area, and just run through contracts in the low threat area. If you're not feeling comfortable running contracts in the tier 2 threat level area, then this is definitely a way to go ahead and do this, so that your next match you can start off with 40,000 points. You can be pack-a-punched, your perks, and be ready to go. So the strategy is basically you want to come in and you want to spawn in and find contracts. You want to try and do preferably the contracts that do not involve mercenaries. So you're looking for the zombies specific contracts, the spores, the bounty for the HVT, the high value target. You want to do that one. Basically, you want to just keep rinsing and repeating through all of the contracts and trying to generate as much cash as you possibly can in one run. And of course, you need to make sure you have tombstone on. That's definitely needed for this. So if you don't know how to get tombstone in your match, I will link in the description down below my guide on how to find all free perks in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, so you can go ahead and check that and go grab yourself a free tombstone in your match before you start, collecting all of your points from doing objectives and contracts. So this is a great way to go ahead and get some zombie kills. You can knock out your camos on your weapon, camo grind. As you're doing your contracts, you will be getting zombie kills along the way. So that is definitely something that you can do. But this is definitely something that's a great strat. And now think about if you have a team and say, for example, you went in with the squad of 3 instead of solo like I did. At the end of the match, if you want to get set up for your team to have another run to go into the high threat level area, what you would do then right before the end of the match is you get 2 of your teammates to drop all of their cash. One player will pick up all of that cash. That's the player with tombstone. And then your other 2 teammates will exfil, and the player with tombstone will stick around to the very end, trying to collect as much cash as possible, and then will die out with tombstone. And then when you spawn in your next match, that player is going to have all of the cash from the entire team inside their tombstone stash. So you can spawn in, go grab your tombstone stash, and then spread the cash out amongst your teammates, and you guys can start your next run fully kitted out, ready to go. So you've got tons of money. You can go pack-a-punch, you can get your perks, armor vests if you need to go ahead and purchase them. So this is a really good strategy for setting up for a good run. So if you guys are, you've got your squad and you guys want to get yourself into tier 3, the high threat level area, and you want to get some abomination kills, or you want to go in there and be set up and feel comfortable instead of having a real struggle with it, this is a great way to make sure that run you guys are wanting to do into the high threat level area is ready to go. You've got everything you need. As you can see here, we're completing contracts, we're knocking out the reward rifts. I'm getting a lot of pack-a-punch crystals, which is definitely going to help us when we come back in and pick up our tombstone stash. All this stuff is going to be in there, and the napalm schematic I already have, so I didn't bother taking that. But it's just an awesome way to collect loot and get a ton of points, so that on your next match you're ready to go. And it is just rinse and repeat. You'll notice here in the objectives that I'm completing, you're going to see a lot of bounties, a lot of the spore ones, and what is it, the other one, the holdout objective. I forget what it's called, but those are pretty much the 3. I was just rinsing and repeating, going through. I got a bunch of pack-a-punch crystals by doing this. there's tons of loot ready to go for a run, so that, you know, when I'm ready to go into tier 3, whether it's solo, whether I want to go into tier 2, for example, and farm contracts to get the schematics or to get loot or acquisitions, then this is a great way to make sure that when I go in and start, I can start with, you know, 35,000 points. I can have all of my perks. I can be pack-a-punched literally 5 minutes into the match, and then I can spend 40 minutes inside tier 2 or inside of the high threat level tier 3 farming the abomination for schematics, or in tier 2 farming contracts and infested strongholds to collect gear and loot so that you are better kitted out. Because again, the goal, right, is to be set when you start. I know myself, that's one thing that is somewhat time consuming, a little bit frustrating. You know, you've spent all this time in your match, you picked up all of these points, you managed to pack a punch, double pack a punch, maybe even trickle punch, you got maybe legendary on your weapon and you exfil, and you go in next game and you got to do it all over again. So this is a nice way to do it, to make sure that when you are starting, you have the money. So here we are at the end. You can see the final circles here. I down myself to zombies, give up, and then I leave my lobby. Now when we load back in to our next match, I wanted to show you guys when I load back in that we have nothing. So this is the same character I was just using on my previous run here. You can see max level. And when I go into my gear, you will notice that I don't have anything on my gear. I have no more backpack. I have no more self-revive. I have none of that stuff. So we're loading in just like we were before with basically nothing. And then we'll zip over to where I pick my tombstone perk up, and we'll meet you guys there. All right, so this is literally the easiest part of the strategy. As you can see on screen, if in your previous match you died out using your tombstone perk, when you spawn in, you do not have to look for it. You do not have to find it. It is marked on the map for you to find. So you can travel over to your tombstone and pick up all of your loot and your cash that was there last time. Unfortunately, your weapons aren't in there, but it does carry over your cash and anything you had in your backpack. Now, I had a large backpack when I died, and I'm spawning in with a small backpack. So keep that in mind. You know, maybe you want to pick up a large backpack before you head over to your tombstone. If you had a large one when you died, that could definitely help you, you know, collect up all those extra things. But in the effort to get yourself quickly set up as fast as possible at the start of a match, you can simply do this with your small backpack and just equip perks and stuff like that. So we're just zipping along over here. I had to stop. My vehicle got wrecked by the stupid mercenaries. We were lucky enough to find another race car right here, which we hopped in and whipped over to our tombstone location. So again, it's really handy. I find this really nice to be able to start and going off and doing a tier 3 and having everything I need right off the beginning, which is super sweet. I mean, it's so much nicer than spending 20 minutes running around trying to get perks, trying to get money. And as you can see here, like I get to my tombstone, there is so much stuff in there because I had my large backpack. I was doing all those looting, all the contracts. You can check out my cash right here. I dropped my only points so you guys can see just how much I pick up from my previous match. They did patch the tombstone point duplication glitch. So when I activate it, you'll see I didn't get a duplicated points. I just got my 37,000 back, which is still absolutely amazing to start a match with 37,000 points. And you can imagine this was done solo. So if we did it with 3 people, there's a potential to have $100,000 right when you spawn in, right about 5 minutes at the beginning of a match, which is truly absolutely amazing. So you can go in here, you can see I'm about 5 minutes into our match, and I'm gonna go and be totally kitted out here right off the get-go. We're gonna grab the perks that were in my large backpack. So you can see the tombstone is a large backpack. I'm currently equipped a small one though, so I don't have enough room for everything. So I'm consuming my perks, and now I'm gonna store the pack-a-punch crystals I have, and then we're gonna head out and exfil because this was recorded just for the video. But this is an awesome strategy, guys. I hope you take advantage of it. Start your matches, get out there, get into the high threat level areas, get that good loot, get those schematics. Have yourselves an awesome day, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.